This has got me triggered. Oh, can't believe this is a thing. Oh, I can't believe this is a thing. I can't believe this has actually happened. Oh, I cannot believe this actually happened. We need to talk about this. A fan gets upset because Kevin Owens says something mean to her son, and her son was crushed. How dare you, Kevin Owens? How dare you, WWE? My son owns all the merchandise. The title of this video is just astronomically one of the best things that you could possibly read in a wrestling fan dream title. Now, this comes from iwnerd.com, which I've never heard of that site ever in my life. Have I heard of iWrestling Nerd, iwnerd.com. Mother of Roman Reigns fan, great title, I should say, upset after Kevin Owens rips into her son at WWE live event. Kevin Owens responds. Oh my, this is so good. This is so good that Kevin Owens actually went down and responded. And it's pro wrestling. And let's talk about it. During a WWE live event this weekend in Lowell, Kevin Owens faced off against Roman Reigns. Owens singled out a young fan wearing a Roman Reigns shirt before the match and told him to go buy a Kevin Owens shirt. He changed his mind and told that kid he didn't want him to ever buy one of his shirts. In typical heel fashion, the mother of the child was very upset and posted this on Facebook. My heart is shattered. What started off as an amazingly awesome night ended in my 7-year-old being completely heartbroken. My son is a huge WWE fan, a fan of just about every wrestler on the roster. He has a drawer full of everyone's shirts, but he chose to wear a Roman Reigns shirt since he has been a fan of his ever since he started watching. All night he was getting high fives from other wrestlers and was all smiles, but for some reason, Kevin Owens came out. He singled out my son and commented on whose shirt he was wearing and told him, "You should get this shirt. Actually, don't get this shirt. I don't want you to ever wear my shirt. Don't you ever try to touch me." All because my 7-year-old wanted a high five and wasn't wearing his shirt. My heart sank. He became visibly upset, sat down and kept staring at the gate. I couldn't help. I started crying. He loves wrestling. He has a drawer full of just about everyone's shirts, over 100 figures, and many accessories. Just loves watching wrestling and going to events. The worst part is he's going to be getting a Kevin Owens shirt and hat for Christmas, but now he doesn't want anything to do with him. Kevin Owens is actually one of my son's favorite, but now he says he's not even on the list of who I like. There was finally an event that my whole family was able to attend. My son, myself, my mother, who has been suffering from leukemia, my father, who were all having a great time until that happened. For a show that is supposed to be family friendly, Kevin Owens really crushed a huge fan's spirit last night. My son is 7, not 15 or 16, where they could take someone they idolize talking to them like that, but 7. We have been to many events: TLC, SmackDown, Hell in a Cell, NXT, and The Draft. He doesn't want to go anymore. He had previously asked me if the wrestlers who appear mean would ever do or say something to a kid, and I said absolutely not. They know better. Kevin Owens made me a liar and just showed everyone last night how much of a jerk he really is. To top all of it off, after Kevin Owens lost to Roman Reigns, he was walking away from the ring. My son was standing there on his seat watching, and Kevin Owens jumped towards him and yelled, "I am your father."
Damn!
Which made no sense. But with the sudden movement and loudness, made all of us jump, and my son fell off his seat. My son is crushed, and whenever he talks about it, he tears up. I can't believe a wrestler would actually tease a 7-year-old fan this way. Shame on you, Kevin Owens, and shame on you, WWE. Let's talk about a few things here. If you can't understand a bad guy being a bad guy, you shouldn't be a wrestling fan in the first place. Bad guys do bad things, and if he's going to terrorize a little kid, you should get used to it. Yes, WWE is family friendly, but the job of the bad guy is to make you hate him. And what do? You now hate Kevin Owens. He wins the game. Now, a lot of people are saying, a 7-year-old, how could you pick on a 7-year-old? That's too young. Well, Chris Danker pointed out on Twitter, he said, Remember Ted DiBiase in the basketball?
If you can dribble this basketball 15 times consecutively without missing, look at here, I'm going to give you $500. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oops. Oh. When you don't do the job right, you don't get paid.
Ted DiBiase kicked the ball away from a little kid? How could he do that? Oh, he's an awful guy. He's a terrible person, but you just want to hate him even more. Seriously. Back then, yeah, I'm sure parents were upset. I'm sure the kid was sad. I'm sure he cried. But there wasn't the internet. There wasn't that voice where you could go complain on the internet and have news places pick it up. And even places like me, just a regular YouTuber, talk about it. Another thing that really comes out and stands out is the fact that she says he's wearing a Roman Reigns shirt. Like, this is the typical Roman Reigns fan that we're seeing here that everybody hates, is because Roman Reigns is WWE property. He's made by the WWE, and they just want to see him shoved down the throat. And that's just hilarious that a Roman Reigns fan got beat up by Kevin Owens. Oh, got terrorized by Kevin Owens. Not beat up, but terrorized by Kevin Owens. Like, he's doing his job. The kid is going to want to see Roman Reigns beat up Kevin Owens. The kid is going to want to see Kevin Owens get beat up by Roman Reigns. WWE just did their job. Kevin Owens did their job. He's going to want to see that. Another thing that doesn't make sense and what shouldn't have been mentioned in this article is the fact that her mother has leukemia. That has nothing to do with this. I understand that cancer sucks. I've had family members that have died of cancer. Leukemia is awful. But to me, that is just a ploy for sympathy. I'm sorry. I know that you're going through a tough time. I know cancer sucks. Like I said, I had family members die of breast cancer, and it sucks. It's really awful. It's terrible for the whole family, and everybody hates it. But for you to even mention that in this sentence, that was not needed. That was not needed at all. Your mother has breast cancer. We get it. It sucks. It's terrible. It's awful. But it wasn't needed in the context of this. This has nothing to do with this article. Unless something happened to the mother where she got injured or something. But no, that was not needed at all. Another thing that you note in this article is that your kid was standing on a seat and he fell off his seat. That is not supposed to be a thing. They specifically do not want kids standing on their seats. The best thing at WWE events, if you watch WWE events and you go to live events, the one thing you want to watch is for chair monsters. And chair monsters are the best things in the world. It's when little kids decide to stand on their seats and they go back too far and the chair folds and they get eaten in what I call a chair monster. That is what about happened to this kid. This kid jumped back and he almost fell down to the chair monster. I will say that this is one of the most hilarious things to watch. I want to be a parent someday, but if my kid ever started to stand on a seat, I'd be like, nope, can't do it. Nope, you can't do that. I'll hold you or something, but you're not standing on the chair. The chair monster is going to eat you, and it's hilarious when it happens. So last thing you mentioned is that Kevin Owens came back after he lost to Roman Reigns and said, I am your father. Now, I don't deny that that's not something that Kevin Owens could have said, but I don't know that there's any truth to that. We can't really tell what the truth is for that. If he did say, I am your father, that is ridiculous. That is the most hilarious thing of all time. Kevin Owens, again, is doing what he is getting paid to do. People want you to hate them. That is their job. Is a bad guy. Kevin Owens' job is to get you to hate him. Kevin Owens put fear into your son. He made your son hate him. And then your son is going to want to see Roman Reigns beat up Kevin Owens. It's Wrestling 101, and you need to get used to it. On Twitter, Kevin Owens actually responded to this article. He put in quotes, a wrestler told my son not to touch him. I'm completely heartbroken. Well, not really, but if I complain, I'll get free stuff. That's what it seems like here. I'm going to stand by Kevin Owens on this. I'm going to say if you're a wrestling fan and a wrestler terrorizes your son, you need to understand that. You need to be a better parent. I know that some parents don't understand wrestling all too well, and this could probably be one of those instances right there where wrestlers are being mean to their sons and they just don't understand it. But what I will leave you with is I will leave you with this peace of mind. Explain to your son that this is sports entertainment. It is entertainment. Tell your son that Roman Reigns is going to beat up Kevin Owens and that he should watch Roman Reigns beat up Kevin Owens. Now, if you don't want your son watching wrestling ever again because he had a bad experience, well, that's on you as a parent. I can't tell you what to do with your kids. What I can say is that it's all part of the show. If a wrestler tells you to shut up, which they've done many times, it's part of the gimmick. It's part of the character. It's part of who they are. And if you're dumb enough to believe that that guy really doesn't want you to buy a shirt so that he can get extra money, like, that is dumb. And you are just naive and you need to fix yourself. Honestly, guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section below. But all right, guys, what I want you to do is let me know in the comment section below. Do you think Kevin Owens was in the wrong and picked on a fan too young? Or do you think the parents are just dumb and the kid's dumb and they just need to buck up and understand that's wrestling? That is pro wrestling. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I will leave you with this short little clip of Bully Ray terrorizing a kid at a TNA house show. Thanks for watching. Too sweet to like button.
I will punch you in your face. Trust me. I will punch you in your face. And I don't care if I go to jail. I will punch you in your face. And then you will see how scared you are. I will punch you in your face.